The fact that the DNR and these other private institutions exist for the sole purpose of conservation implies that nature, left to itself, destroys itself. It implies that human intervention is necessary in some extent to keep nature from destroying itself. Hey, in the field here. I am enjoying this nice weather. It's warm. It's mid-40s today. It's thawing out. It's snowman making weather, though I probably won't make a snowman. I was just going to give you a random thought that I had about the existence of conservation programs, both government or private. If you actually stop to think about the fact that the DNR and these other private institutions exist for the sole purpose of conservation, you know, like Pheasants Forever or Ducks Unlimited or Mule Deer Foundation, there's tons of them. The fact that they exist in of themselves implies that nature, left to itself, destroys itself. It implies that human intervention is necessary in some extent to keep nature from destroying itself. And you say, well, how do you get to that conclusion? Well, if we didn't feel like we had to band together and, you know, pool resources and regulate the natural wildlife that's promoted itself from the beginning, why else would we have these institutions? Think about it. The wilderness has been wild from the beginning. Why do we have to manage it? Like, if you want it to be wild, don't manage it and it's wild. So I find that to be an interesting juxtaposition. And critics, in my opinion, I can hear them now, are saying, well, these conservation people exist to fight back bad human intervention. It's the fact that humans are out here and doing stuff that they have to fight that in order to protect the wilderness. And to that I would say, humans are native to this planet. We're made from the dust. Whether you're an evolutionist or a creationist, we are made from the dust of this planet. We're native here, so the actions we take are natural. Ain't that right, View? Yeah. We're not finding any rabbits today, are we? We're trying. They're all still hunkered down. Or dead. I haven't seen a rabbit track here in a while. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I would argue, like, at what point do you draw the line? At what point is human activity not a natural part of this planet? And thus, shouldn't be a part of the wilderness? See, in my opinion, I don't think it's possible. Think about it this way. If a beaver builds a dam, and it's windy out here, I hope you can hear me. Think about it this way. If a beaver builds a dam, it's awesome. It's great. But if a man or mankind builds a dam, it causes problems. You'll hear environmentalists screaming to the high hills, it's a problem. A woodchuck digs a hole for his house, it's a good thing. Not if you ask me, but if a man builds a hole for his house, digs his foundation, it's a bad thing. When a squirrel or a bird builds a tree house, it's a good thing. But when a man builds a house, it's damaging the tree in the wilderness. And I think this is an odd paradox of hypocrisy, really. And from my young earth creationist, we have a God-given commandment to take care of what we have, and what we disagree on isn't taking care of the earth God gave us. We agree on taking care of it. We don't necessarily agree on how to do it. And that's why I'm actually a proponent of putting power in the hands of individuals, individual hunters, individual property owners, to manage as they see fit. Because if you think about it purely statistically, if you have one agency making one decision that everyone has to follow, innovation is completely stifled. But if you have 10 million individuals doing the same thing 10 million different ways, statistically speaking, you are bound to find a better way of doing it continuously. Innovation thrives when individual freedoms thrive. So just my fun thought for the day. Let me know what you think. I find paradoxes all the time when I stop to think about it. The fact that the DNR exists, whether you support them or not, to support the wilderness, that actually, the wild supports itself. And it is wild because, most people, how do I put this? To most people, the wilderness is wild because people aren't there. That's really not the case in my mind. The wilderness is the wilderness because it's unmanaged in my mind. And the fact that we have all these conservation groups trying to manage it and promote it leads me down this path that without promoting it, nature would destroy itself, or at least not continue to thrive. Which is really a biblical concept when you stop to think about it, because God made man, he made Adam to take care of his creation. It's what we're made to do, and it's why we all agree that it's important to do. How we do it, like I said, is usually up for debate between people. But we all agree it's important. And that's because it's in our DNA. Well, there's my random thought for today. If I don't see you here in the field, which I hope to, and if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe for more. But if we don't see you here in the field, we'll see you in the kingdom.